All right, we're going to demonstrate quickly. We've had a number of requests on SOL for this, and so we're going to do a quick demonstration of the George Harvey knot. This knot was first developed, I think, in the late 50s by George. Joe Humphreys later became a lover of the knot, and I don't know how Orvis suddenly now calls it the Orvis knot, but that could be Jim Rosenthal based, who knows. In any case, it's a way to connect your saltwater or freshwater tippet to your leader, and it's really not the best leader main section knot. It's more for like a tippet situation. It's a very easy and quick knot to tie. I'm going to use orange kite string as the main line. Okay, so picture this as the midsection of your leader, or the very last piece of your leader that you're going to connect your tippet to. Of course, with our lightning leader system, we want only 3 sections. So we want a butt section, a fairly rapid midsection, and a tippet section. We can make the midsection ever so slightly longer by 10 or maybe 15% if we're concerned about chopping off a lot of flies and retying. And a shorter tippet is always better because it's going to turn over better. We don't want a really long tippet. So the first thing we need to do is figure out how long do we want our tippet to be. Usually about 20 inches is what we want. So we peel off about 20 inches of material, let's say about that much. And we're going to go ahead and cut that. So you're going to chop off your piece of tippet from your spool and come up with a piece that you think is right for the length that you're looking to do. Then you simply take your main line, and instead of lining them up like this and tying the knot like a surgeon's knot would be tied, the George Harvey knot would rather us consider this end the business end, and you simply lay over like about that. You're going to lay it over on the main line, and the whole knot is based on a figure 8. And as we know, when we tie a figure 8 knot, that gives us a reverse hitch to cinch in and pull against the front hitch, and the two hitches will snug up. That's what this knot's all about. It's a very strong knot. Like I said, I've landed tarpon on the knot. I mean, very successfully. I've landed trout. I've landed stripers, bluefish. You name it. Giant trevallies, 40-pound tuna. This knot will hold up against anything. It's a great late night knot. You can tie it very easily. So the way I do it is like this. I'm going to establish a little tension here, and what I'm going to do is just make a loop, and I'm going to come forward like that and just pinch it. I'm going to repeat that so you can see how easy it is. We're going to wrap and make a loop like that and just pinch it with the left hand, and then you can adjust that loop and get the two pieces to be fairly close to each other. The orange is your main line, the white is your tippet. And see how the tippet's dangling down? That's the length of tippet I'd like in this particular situation. Now I'm going to just run it around my finger and pinch again and snug that up a little. Okay, so that was easy, and I'm going to repeat that so you can see it again. So I'm going to go around that finger, come in front, and just pinch it and then snug it down, pulling both pieces so that they're tight right around my finger. Okay, so that's how we start the knot. Now it's very simple. We're going to double the material over on itself. To make it easy to grab, we're going to poke it through the center of the hole that we've created and just pull it on through like a surgeon's knot. Now we're going to double it back over, poke it back through one more time. That creates 2 wraps. Okay, and now you're going to see, as I let go of the line I'm pinching, you're going to see a figure 8. And if we pull evenly on both pieces, that knot will snug right down. You give it a little tension, and then you pull on your main line. Now we're going to trim off our tags. You would do this with a pair of Van Staal pliers, or so whatever your preferred cutting, tungsten carbide cutter is that you like when you're out on the water. You chop off your 2 tag ends, and you can, by the way, you could leave that as a dropper also if you wanted to. So I could tie on another fly there if I'm trout fishing or something, but in any case, we're going to go ahead and chop that off for right now because we're just going to use one single fly. Give it one more pull, and Tanya, if you could get a nice close-up on that knot and tap right on the knot. Focus on that. Right on the screen. There you go. That'll bring it right into focus. Perfect. You see how that the main line, the orange line, lines right up with the white tippet? You see how they're in perfect alignment? It's a kind of bulky knot. It's not the perfect tippet knot, but it's a real quickie, and it's awesome for joining two pieces of dissimilar material. Okay, so imagine if I had a fluorocarbon if I had a monofilament main line here and then I had a piece of fluorocarbon tippet, that's not going to slip. So that's a better choice than a blood knot for joining two dissimilar materials. And it's also very good just for any time you just want a fast, easy knot. As you can see, I have plenty of tippet. You know, how long is it? It's about 20 inches or so. I'll tie my first fly on, I'll keep fishing, and eventually when I get down to about there, I might snip that off and just start again. So that's why I'd like a midsection that's, 10% longer than it really needs to be, just so that I can, if I needed to, I could, change tippet once or twice during an outing. So that is by far and away your easiest way to connect two dissimilar materials. And that's been Cary G with the George Harvey knot. Thanks, folks.